Can't get enough of all the love. Give me that good time feeling. Give me that good time feeling. Get enough of all the love. Give me that good time feeling. Give me that good time feeling. I can't get enough. No, I can't get enough. I can't get enough. No, I can't get enough.
So again, welcome everybody. Good morning. My name is Graham Hay. We're joining you from Auckland, New Zealand. Thanks for being online with us. This is Synergy Group Global and the Freedom Platform's first ever live global Zoom event that's being translated simultaneously. If you have a question for us, or if you have problem getting the translation, then you can use the chat. We have people online to help you. We are so excited to have you all here. And I want to say thank you for joining us from all over the world this morning. This is a very exciting time. I personally have had the pleasure with my wife, Sophie, who's doing the translation this morning, of building a business for ourselves along with New Skin Enterprises for the past 20 years and completely transforming our lives. And it was very much in the early days when we got started, at times like we are at the moment, we were looking for a way to not only survive, but to thrive. And we were able to partner with this amazing company. And today we have the opportunity to talk with some of the principals of the company. We'll be talking with Ritch, who's the CEO of the company. We'll be talking with Dr. Joseph Chang, who's the Chief Scientific Officer. We'll also be talking with Vince Perfetti, who is the Vice President of Digital Transformation. And it's so exciting to have you all online. So before we start the live interviews, would like to take a moment right now to honor the vision of the founders of the company who started in a garage 35 years ago, this global entity today, which spans over 53 countries and has sales of over $3 billion today. And we're on a growth curve right now from 3 billion to 30 billion, and you are at the right time, at the right place. So let's just hear a quick word from those founders who were able to pre-record us a message, although they couldn't be with us live, but they certainly wanted to share their enthusiasm for the hope and the opportunity and the possibility that we have right now. So let's hear from them right now.
Hello to my New Skin family. We are so grateful for all of your hard work. I'm glad that we can join in this way to celebrate your success, because you are passionate about improving lives, and so are we. And when it comes to leaders, my two fellow co-founders, Steve Lund and Blake Roney, know a thing or two about what it takes to get us through these difficult times in our business.
Thank you. This is a challenging, interesting time, isn't it, in our history? Never seen anything like this. Most of the world is physically waiting for help or for relief. And in fact, we are helpers. That's what we do. That's what got you to where you are today. You succeeded by helping other people to succeed. You created a community of people that cares about each other and sort of looks after each other and helps each other to move forward. Did the world change? It changed a lot for the moment. Can you still build community? Yet you can continue to build those communities that you have built virtually. Give people a reason to take care of themselves. Don't let them just sit there and pity in their pajamas. I'm wearing pajama bottoms beneath the screen, but give them a reason to get up and get ready and continue building community and be part of your community. Let them know if they look good. Don't lie to them, but let them know if they look good. Let's remember who we are. We're the people who help. We help other people, and we can do it from home just as easily. So don't sit around and feel sorry for yourself. This is a tricky time, but step forward and go out and build community and help people feel a belonging.
Well, thanks. I've been having similar thoughts. You know, as I've thought about this, there's a lot of fear out there in the world. We don't really have a lot of reason to be fearful. Most of us are going to survive this situation. There's going to be some losses, but for most of us, we're going to get through the disease. The real question is, how is the economy going to recover from this break from normal industry? And there's some uncertainties there, but fortunately, Nu Skin was actually born at a time that felt a lot like this. Back in the early 80s, we were coming out of the worst recession since the world wars that continued on, and the United States started to recover. Other countries started to recover too, but over the next several years, as Nu Skin was emerging, we were still dealing with very challenging economic times. The company was built to de-risk business for a small business person who was trying to come in and get a fresh start and a new opportunity, but who didn't have a lot of investment to make and didn't have money to put at risk. And so we as a corporation have taken care of the research and development and the product development, the supply chain, and many of the tax issues and the regulatory issues and so forth, so that a distributor, a salesperson, can just focus on that one thing: selling product, recruiting other people to sell that product. It sounds like four things, but really it's selling product by recruiting other people, training them, motivating them so that they can go off and be successful themselves. And so you can do all those things from the convenience of your home, which makes this sort of an ideal time to be a Nu Skin distributor. I'm very excited about the future. It's times like this that new launches are created that allow companies to create more market share and for people to gain more opportunity. So as we figure out together how to conduct a business through from our homes, the way that we're sort of being forced to do here, we're going to be really ahead of the game as we move into the next economy, which will emerge in the aftermath of this pandemic.
I want to give one more quote. I want to quote from someone named Gordon B. Hinckley, but it's just where my source of peace and goodness comes from in my life. He said some years ago, I'm in my 90th plus years. I have learned a secret. I've learned that when good men and women face challenges with optimism, things will always work out, despite how difficult circumstances may look at the moment. Those who have faith and move forward with a happy spirit will find that things always work out. He's right.
Thank you, Blake, Steve, and Sandy. And it's such heartwarming. It's heartwarming to hear from those three as we open our meeting today. And sorry, we're our translator. What's the problem with the translator? Okay, you're muted.
Ok, c'est reparti pour nous.
We'll just make sure that, there you go. Sorry about this. This is there we go. So we have the translation going and we're all here, and we have Ritch Wood who's waiting online to join us. I have the massive pleasure to spend some time now with Ritch Wood. Okay, let's try. We're just making sure that just a minute with us, Ritch. So there you go, Sophie. Unmute. There you go. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. So, Ritch, thank you for joining us this morning. A quick introduction. Ritch was appointed as Nu Skin's Chief Executive Officer in 2017, and he actually joined the company Nu Skin in 1993. Prior to becoming CEO, Ritch's assignments at Nu Skin have been Chief Financial Officer, Vice President of Finance, Vice President of New Market Development, Director of Finance of New Market Development, and also the Controller of the PharmaNext division. Okay, we're having trouble with the interpretation. Okay, all right. Good, she's coming through now. Very good, okay. Ritch also played a key role in opening many European countries for New Skin during an expatriate assignment from 1995 to 1997. And prior to his assignment in Europe, Ritch served as Assistant Director of International Tax for the company. So we really do have someone who knows the ins and the outs of the company here. And Ritch, it's a pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Oh, thank you, Graham. It is my privilege to be with all of you, and good morning to those of you who are just waking up, and good evening to those of you. I noticed one or two from Europe, or maybe more from Europe, our New Skin family all around the world. Isn't it beautiful that we have technology today, especially today, where we can connect with each other and express our appreciation and great confidence that we have in each other. So great to be with you, Graham. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your incredibly busy schedule at this crazy time on the planet.
We're prepared for this, Graham. We've built this business for days like this. So there's no fear, there's no worry on our side. Obviously, we fear for family members who may catch the disease, but we do everything we can to be ready for days like this, and we're ready. We're excited.
Ritch, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history with the company. You've been with New Skin since 1993, so you've seen a lot of changes. And just fill us in on how you came to be in the position that you are at the head of this global entity today, and leading us in possibility.
Well, it's really a privilege to do that. Thank you. And the part that you didn't mention in my bio, which is kind of the funny part, is that when I was going to school at Brigham Young University, I was getting a master's degree in accounting and in tax specifically. I started working for New Skin in the accounting department. So I started way back when the company was really, really small, only in the United States. And we started to expand. It was actually a big day when we expanded into Canada. That was when I was working, back when I was going to school, working part-time. I left New Skin for a couple of years so that I could go get a CPA license, public accountant's license. And then once I got that, I was hired back, and I've had all different kinds of roles. There's very few things I don't think I've seen yet in the world of New Skin. We think we've seen it about all. And then we get COVID-19, which is called a novel or new coronavirus disease. But what's not novel about New Skin is that we've been building really good products based on science. We've built a very strong balance sheet and a company that's meant to be strong in good days and in bad days. So you don't have to worry, and our employees don't have to worry when things go up and down, because we're prepared for days like that. It was interesting, Graham, that when I became the CFO, that was in 2002. So you can imagine now, nearly 18 years ago, I got a chance to go up and sit with Blake Roney for a few minutes. And he gave me a little advice, a little counsel to prepare me to be a good CFO. I asked him, what should I do? What should I know? And he said just three things. So really, what are those three things? Number one, never, ever spend more than you earn. Okay, that was good. Number two, you always pay on time. Always pay on time. Okay, that was good. And number three is you always save for a rainy day. Those were the three things that my grandma probably could have told me those same things. Those are common finance sort of counsel that we give to everybody, but that's the way we built this company. We built this company to last through good times and bad times, and be here for our kids and our grandkids and our great grandkids. So at a time like this, when there's a lot of uncertainty, we can sleep really good at night, knowing that we've built a business that's going to last through the good and the bad times. We have cash in the bank and a good, strong balance sheet, and incredible sales leaders all around the world who, guess what? They know how to work remote. So while the rest of us corporate people are trying to learn how to work remote, we just get a taste of what our sales leaders are really, really good at, and that is building their business from home and being able to take care of customers from home. So we're getting that experience right now. So that's a little background on me. I've been with the company a long time. We've watched bird flu, swine flu, SARS, economic ups and downs, floods, volcanoes. We've been through all of that. We know how to do this. It's okay. We'll get through it. And I just tell every one of you, I feel really, really confident in the direction of the company, and that tomorrow's going to be better than yesterday, and the next day will be better than tomorrow, and we'll build the business so it'll continue to get better.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And that's all of our combined desire. Ritch, you know, as a lot of the world are hunkering down to weather the storm of COVID-19 right now, we've personally seen amazing things happening. People coming out of the woodwork, looking for opportunity. In our business here in the South Pacific, we've seen over 50% growth month on month. And we're poised. We believe we're poised for a real opportunity ahead of us, bigger than anything we've ever seen before. What's your take on where the company is going, and what's the company's strategy as we look forward into the future?
Yeah, thank you, Graham. And believe me, we're as excited about the growth in the Pacific as you are. We see that. It's funny for me because it's the very first report I get every evening. It comes actually in the late afternoon. I get the sales report from the Pacific. And so that sort of sets the pace for all the other reports that come in throughout the evening and the night. And I'm always excited to see that really powerful growth in the Pacific. Let me tell you what our plan is. First of all, we've always focused on building the very, very best products. So while there's a new focus on health and wellness, it's not new for Nu Skin. Our focus on health and wellness dates back many, many years, back 25 years ago when we launched our nutrition supplement business. And then we brought in Pharmanex with Joe Chang to put more and more science behind the products so that we could ensure that we were really making a difference for the body. And it's not new to us that we're going to build the very best wellness and beauty products in the world. It's also not new to us that we need to have a compensation plan that's really flexible. So we could meet the needs of an entrepreneur or of a sales leader wherever they were, and in the world, wherever they were in the world, or whatever their needs were from a personal and individual standpoint. If they were excited about sharing the products, they could do that. And guess what? You can get paid today. If you want to share the products today, you can get paid today in our business. And with those who want to build additional salespeople, that's great. We got a great plan for you as well. So we've built a flexible compensation structure that will meet people where their needs are. And then finally, and so by the way, how important are those things today? You know, people who are looking for a little extra money, a little extra hope, people who are looking for products that'll help them feel and look better. We all need that. Every country in the world, there's nobody, whether coronavirus has hit hard or not, doesn't matter. There's always people in every country of the world that need exactly that. And people who need hope for a better tomorrow by being able to earn some commissions today is never been a better need for that. Here's the final thing I would say. On top of all that, we built a business that is going to take care of others. I am so proud of the culture that we have created. And it's not just us at corporate, or it's the whole Nu Skin family that when we succeed, we turn around and look at who we might be able to share with and who we might be able to lift and strengthen. I had the great privilege last week of delivering a whole bunch of masks, medical masks, that we were able to procure through our global network to be able to provide to hospitals and healthcare professionals here who were running very, very low. That's one of many, many, many things that we're doing right now. We're providing resources. We're providing hope. If you come to the Nu Skin home, your Nu Skin headquarter home, you will see a huge banner where we're expressing thanks to healthcare professionals and other essential workers who are making sure the world continues to run while most people are working remote. We've provided meals to the hungry. We've provided eye care to those in need. We've done heart surgeries for those who couldn't afford heart surgeries. And isn't that beautiful that at the same time we're providing great products that help people look and feel better and an opportunity for people to have hope and income on the side, we don't forget about those who are less fortunate. And we can reach out and really make a difference. I tell you what, I sleep good every night knowing that we are making a difference everywhere in the world. Every place, every community where New Skin exists is a better community because of each of you and the way we look to try and make the world a better place.
Ritch, thanks for touching on the culture of New Skin. Sophie and I and a number of people in our organization have had the opportunity to visit with founder Steve Lund to Malawi. And for those who don't know, we've taken on Malawi and adopted it as a country and made massive inroads in helping to eradicate child malnutrition in that country over the past 10 years. Tell us about the partnership between the independent entrepreneurs in the company and really how that plays out on a daily basis in the lives of people who are partnering with New Skin. From your position, how do you see that culture permeating?
Yeah, the culture is who we are, isn't it? It's not what we're trying to talk about. It's who we are and how we act as individuals. And this was the culture that was established by Blake and Steve and Sandy. I get the great privilege of carrying that on as the CEO, but it's not my culture. It is our culture. It is culture that now permeates 50 different countries around the world where we have people who believe in doing good. And those are the type of people that we attract. It just continues to make me so proud that everywhere we go, I can go anywhere in the world and I will hear our sales leaders and our customers talking about what we're doing to make a difference in the world. So really, really proud of that. The challenge is there's so much more need than what we have resources to help with right now. So we have to keep growing and we have to keep making it so that we can make a bigger difference as we go forward. We have chosen very specific causes that we believe we can rally around. For example, in the Southeast Asia region and Greater China, we have chosen the Children's Heart Fund, where we provide heart surgeries for families that, can you imagine being a mom or dad, not being able to provide a surgery for your child? It just about, the thought of that just about chokes me up. But we get to step in, and our sales leaders there have decided that's the cause that they really want to focus on. We have decided in our Americas region that helping people to see, children especially, we help provide eye exams and then glasses for those who aren't able to see. It's a project called Quiero Ver for those of you who speak Spanish to see clearly. That's the project that we support. And globally, we support feeding malnourished children. And guess what? In order for them, as you saw when you went there, guess what? For those who come to get a meal, they also get educated. So we are changing their world. We're first of all putting some healthy, nutritious food in their belly, but we're giving them an education, which will open their eyes up to a whole different world. And that's just a few of many projects we're involved in around the world. We don't walk around tooting our horn so everybody will look at us and say, wow, you guys are great, because what we care about is making a difference for people. And we do it in quiet ways usually, but we're making a difference everywhere we turn.
We certainly are. We see that in the reports on the Force for Good and Nourish Your Children. And Ritch, there's been some major activity from corporate recently focusing on sustainability and being a steward of the planet. And I think, although I saw you a photo or an interview with you just recently with another award that New Skin was bequeathed with. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing on that level.
Yeah, thank you. When I became the CEO about 3 years ago, we made a really big challenge to our team that we wanted to make a difference in the planet. one of the great blessings I think of working for Nu Skin is we're a global company, and I've had the beautiful chance to see the world in almost, in over 50 countries. And there's beauty in every single one of them. Every single place has its own beauty. And we feel a real responsibility, not just to our people, but to our planet. And so 3 years ago, we put a real focus around how we were going to be more sustainable. I can't even wait for you to see the whole new product lines that are coming out. Our new Epic line, our new Nutricentials that are coming out, all sustainable packaging. The Boost product that's going to come out, more sustainable than we've ever been. We're reducing packaging. We're making it more recyclable or reusable. And we are really making good inroads, let alone with our Grow Vive project, where we're using indoor growing to reduce the amount of water, pesticide, and herbicide that's used on ingredient. You'll see those ingredients more and more in our products as we go forward. So really big effort that we've made to make our business much more sustainable. I've got, in fact, if you wait, I'm going to grab this award so I can show this whole team that you've got on the phone. It's sitting right over here. One sec.
Yes, we've seen some of the packaging that's coming out, and I'll be talking about that with
I'm going to
John.
show you this. This is just absolutely beautiful. Can you see that?
Wow, tell us about that.
This is called the Comunitas Award. It's a global award to recognize companies who are making a difference in the world through sustainability. And we received this award just about 2 weeks ago. So because I've been working remotely from home, I haven't even got it into the office yet. So it's sitting in my home, right here in my office. In fact, it looks really good here. But that belongs to the whole Nu Skin family all around the world. Really proud of that. And we showed it to our team elites on our presentation that we did just shortly. But other than that, you're the only ones who have had a chance to see that beautiful award.
Wow, thanks for sharing that with us. And it really is just amazing to see the accolades that Nu Skin's receiving for the work that they're doing behind the scenes. And we know that it's not for the accolades that you're doing it, but it really it's heartwarming to know that we've partnered with a company that does have the goal or the vision of being a steward of the planet. Ritch, we've talked about the culture, we've talked about what you're doing with sustainability. Tell us a little bit about how the company is evolving as we speak. And we've heard the word the platform. As the platform economy grows, tell us what you see as the opportunity of the.
Yeah. I see a world that is shifting right in our favor. I see a world where people love to share everything from the dinner they eat, wherever they ate that dinner, to a movie they saw, to a product they love. I see so many people who are looking to try and make a difference in their lives. And we used to talk about our business really strictly as direct selling. We decided to change that to be the world's leading business opportunity, because what we provide is more than just what I would say is known as direct selling. We provide people a different lifestyle, an ability to really find satisfaction in what they do. And it's been a beautiful thing for us to envision where this company can go going forward. And it's really, this platform, in my view, is built on three really critical things. First of all, we have a technological infrastructure, a digital infrastructure that's going to allow us to be way more effective and efficient in how we share what we love. That's our product and our opportunity. The second area is our products. We have to be customer obsessed. And you'll see as we come out with the new products and the new opportunities that are there, it'll be so much easier to connect our customers both with our products and through our company. And that's both with the technology and also with our products. And then the third thing is making our compensation more and more flexible, more fast, more fulfilling, to where people can get rewarded immediately. If you share products, you get rewarded immediately. If you want to build teams, you get rewarded for that weekly. And if you want to build real organizations, you get rewarded for that monthly. And there's flexibility, there's recognition, we celebrate success. Nobody ever is successful in this business unless they help some other people be successful. That's the only way you can be successful, is you got to go help other people be successful. And in a world where sometimes, you know, you try and step on top of somebody else to get a little higher, that's not how it works in our business. You lift people up above you, and when they become successful, all of a sudden you become successful. So to us, platform really means the ability to open our world up and make it so much easier for entrepreneurs to connect with customers all over the world.
Well, that really is an exciting vision that you've got, because obviously, you know, we heard some figures bandied around, well, during the last financial year. The direct selling industry compared to the platform industry is this compared to this, and we truly believe, don't we, that people are looking for more opportunity today than ever before. And Ritch, you get to see and meet with people who have had success in this business, and tell us a little bit about, from your point of view, what do people who create successful businesses with Nu Skin do with their lives? I know you've got some great stories of people that you've met.
Yeah, I wish I had time to share them all, Graham. And I'd start with you and your teams there in the Pacific, where people have just made such a difference. I would say there's a couple characteristics I always see in those that are successful, kind of a common theme of characteristics. Number one, they're always optimists. They're ones who really believe. I don't know whether they're overachievers, but they're definitely overbelievers. And they really believe that they can make a difference in people's lives. And that theme just runs throughout. I really felt bad that we weren't able to hold our Team Elite trip this year. It would have been in New Zealand. We were really excited for that. But as soon as the coronavirus hit, there was a challenge that we wouldn't be able to get visas for a lot of our family members from China. And the idea of excluding part of our family from our celebration trip just didn't feel right. So we early on decided we were going to cancel that trip and figure out a better time and a better way to celebrate. But the second characteristic I see, so overbeliever is one, and the second characteristic is they always lift other people. They're always focused on other people. It's not themselves. I come to an event where we have recognition, and the proudest people are not the ones walking across the stage. It's the ones who helped get them up on the stage that are so proud to walk and celebrate their success with them. And so somebody who's always focused on helping the other person succeed is another characteristic. And then the final characteristic I'd say of the Nu Skin family is that when we succeed, our attention immediately turns around to how we can make a difference with it. And that's where true satisfaction comes, when we can not only help ourselves, but when we have a chance to help others. I would say those characteristics rise right to the top on the Nu Skin leaders around the world.
It certainly does, and many times we've personally had the experience that you just talked about, and watching. It's like, I guess, watching your children grow, and the only thing that you really want for your children is for them to succeed further and faster than you did. And this business allows us to do that in such a beautiful way. And, just talking about the Team Elite trip and not happening in New Zealand, and COVID and the change that it's bringing to our community. I celebrated a birthday just a couple of days ago, and we had a funny event that happened. We sat down in our bubble, because here in New Zealand we're in lockdown, and our family bubble is 4 people in our house, And the phone just didn't stop going with well wishes and also people wanting to find out about the business, because right now is the time to be talking about this business. During the dinner, over the family dinner to celebrate the birthday, we ended up putting the phone on a tripod on the table, and we just allowed people to come and join us at dinner. And we had people from all over the world just joining with our meal, and it was such a beautiful change. And many of those were friends that we'd obviously seen start in the business with no idea what they were doing, and certainly and have created massive success. Rich, oh, I lost my train of thought there. I was just thinking about the changes that were happening. How do you think we really are positioned as a company to make a difference in the world that is asking these questions of how to survive right now?
Yeah, it's because I've been with the company so long, I've watched a lot of cycles that we've gone through as a company. Our best growth years have come after really tough, either economic or other disasters. I think about Japan, the tsunami and the earthquake that hit there created a lot of problems, and yet our business rallied together and people helped each other out. In the 2008-2009 global financial crisis, those were some of our very best years, 2009, 10, 11, 12, as we all hunkered together. The reason I think we're in a good position is, number one, we're tried and true. So while we continue to create new opportunities for growth, we have experience. And I'm talking primarily about sales leaders who have experience, who know how to handle success, but they also know how to handle difficult times. So those sales leaders will be able to hold the hand of our new people as they come in and help them find success, and then teach them what to do when they are successful. That gives us a great advantage. Secondly, right at a time where we have a massive crisis, right, COVID-19 all over the world, where people are locked down, we are preparing to launch the best products we have ever come to market with. The Boost product and some of these products that we're coming right now, it is perfect timing. And I know a lot of it's fortuitous, a lot of it's luck, a lot of it's divine help and intervention, but it's coming right at the time where our business can really take advantage of that and be well positioned to help us through some of the tougher things we're seeing in the world. So we'll continue to build the business that way, where we're always trying to be ahead of our competitors in terms of the types of products we're building, always ahead in terms of the type of good that we're doing around the world, how we're compensating and recognizing our people. And we hope others will follow, because we want them to do good as well. And we won't talk bad about them. We're going to praise them and enjoy their success. But we always want to be on the leading edge and showing the way that others can follow.
Nu Skin has always been known as a leadership company. And Ritch, I know we can't make claims or guarantee success for anyone that partners with us, because success takes time and is dependent on the individual's efforts. But as CEO of the company that really has, we have a thing called Circle of Excellence. Can you tell us about, what do you see as the opportunity for people who are looking at partnering with the company today, and what kind of changes can they actually make? How can they transform their lives?
Yeah, it's a common question that we get, Graham. I'll tell you, the Circle of Excellence are people who have been very committed and loyal and successful, obviously, in terms of earning commissions. And they're ones who have found a methodology to help them be successful that can then turn around and teach that. And we've created a huge circle of influence. Here's what I know. It doesn't matter where in the world you live, you can be part of the Circle of Excellence. It doesn't matter, what your previous circumstances were, or you can be obscure or you can be famous. everybody has an equal shot at making this business work. And to your point, Graham, you have to be committed. You have to be willing to work hard. You have to be able to put in the time that it requires in order to be successful and help other people out. Helping other people out isn't a matter of just making a phone call here or there. Helping other people out is really understanding what's happening in their lives and being able to support them in what they're going to do to be successful. But those are the folks that make up the circle of excellence, which we're really, really proud of. And there's a lot who come into our business who are just really excited about the products. And there's a lot who come into our business that are just really excited about sharing a few products and being part of a New Skin family. Whatever it is, we want to have an opportunity that will meet you where your desires and your needs are.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. I've got Dr. Cho Chang trying to dial in and join us as we speak. But Rich, as we wind up our time with you this morning, listen, I remember a talk that you gave a while ago, it might have been at one of the lives, when you mentioned how the previous CEO, Truman Hunt, tapped you on the shoulder in your position of Chief Financial Officer and said, Rich, it's your time to lead the reins. And the thought process that went through your mind, your head, and the conversations that ensued at your house before you actually accepted. Tell us a little bit about that story, because I really think it embodies the heart of who we have at the reins of the company at the moment.
Well, thank you. And I'll finalize this because Joe Chang is going to be way better than me. Everybody wants to hear from Joe, by the way. So it'll be fun to have him on your call here. It was just a little over 3 years ago when Truman came into a meeting and called me out. And we walked back into his office, and I could tell something was different. It wasn't unique that he called me out of a meeting, because that would happen from time to time. But what was unique was the look on his face when he said, Rich, I've been called to be a mission president for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm going to be leaving. And I really think that you ought to consider being the CEO. And my face probably went more pale than his at that point in time. And it's funny that I had been the CFO for almost 15 years and had never really thought about being the CEO. I just sort of imagined Truman was always going to be there. And it was at that point in time, now all of a sudden I had to think, wow, is that something that me and my wife and family can do? Or is it time for me to be hanging things up too? And we just really had a strong feeling. And I'll tell you what goes through my mind is the New Skin family. I mean, we have family members all over the world where we have a chance to really make a difference and change the world. And I just, as my wife and I took a long walk into the middle of the night talking about whether we were up for this or not, I kept coming back to the fact that I really felt like we had a chance to change the world, that we could make a difference here. And it wasn't about the money. I worked for a long time and earned a good living. So it wasn't about that. It was really about, can we make a difference in people's lives? And I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of every one of you. I'm so proud to be part of the New Skin family and the good we're doing. And I think we're just getting started. I really think we've spent 30 years building a foundation that we can now become the platform, the world's leading business opportunity that's touching multiples of the lives that we're touching today, because the needs have never been greater. They've never been stronger. Let me just close by thanking you, Graham, thanking all our leadership, particularly in the PAC. We are so proud of John Hobby and our teams there who have worked around the clock to try and make sure we're successful and give our business every opportunity. Are we perfect? No. And they'll be the first to admit that too. But it's not because their hearts aren't fully in it. They are giving everything they need. Tyler Whitehead, who oversees from the global standpoint this important region in our business, we have huge confidence in them. And I can tell you what, they're 100% committed to all of you. And it's fun to get updates from them as they go name by name through their leaders who are making a difference. And we just have a lot of confidence on all of you and in our team there. Wish you the very best. And may I just take a moment to let you know that our prayers are with you. that we recognize this is a difficult time in the world, and everybody is feeling a little uneasy and trying to understand our futures. The future is good. We're going to be just fine. We'll get through it. It's probably not going to pass really fast. There's going to be certainly challenges that we need to work through, but we're prepared for this. We have the leadership for this. We have the right philosophy and the right people involved. So let's just go change the world. Let's not be average. Nu Skin wasn't built to be average. We're built to be much better than that, and that's exactly where our sights are set.
Ritch, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Thank you for your time. We know that you're being pulled all over the world and on calls and spending most of your time directing this $3 billion enterprise around the globe. And you've taken 45 minutes to be with us today. And we just thank you.
All our love to all of you. Thank you. Be strong, be healthy. Can't wait to see you in person and where we don't have to social distance. We'll give the old Pacific hug. That's what we'll do when we see you next.
Okay. The chat line, the chat line's going crazy with thanks for you, Ritch, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.
Thank
indeed.
you. Okay, see you all.